My husband's family called me a gold digger for 6 years, then they read his will.
My husband's family called me a gold digger for 6 years. Then the lawyer read his will out loud and nobody in that room could look me in the eye. Marcus and I met when I was 27. I was working double shifts at a physical therapy clinic covering rent on a studio apartment and sending $200 home to my mother every month without fail. He was a patient recovering from a knee procedure. We talked during every session. He asked for my number on his last appointment. I made him wait 2 weeks before I used mine. We dated for 2 years before he proposed. I paid half the rent the entire time, half the groceries, half the vacations. I kept every receipt not because I was keeping score but because I knew someday someone would question it. His mother Linda smiled at our engagement party and told my sister-in-law I was smart for locking him down early. I wasn't supposed to hear that. I heard everything. Marcus came from old money. 3 generations of it. I came from a 2-bedroom apartment with 4 people in it and 1 window that faced a brick wall. That was enough for his family to decide exactly who I was before I ever opened my mouth at a single dinner table. The first Christmas I attended, his brother made a joke about prenups. Everyone laughed. Marcus didn't. I smiled because I had nowhere else to put it. Year 2. Linda started asking if I was still working, not out of interest. The way she said it made employment sound like something I should have grown out of by now. I was managing 15 patients a week and building a client base from nothing. I said yes and passed the breadbasket. Year 3, his brother's wife pulled me aside at a family gathering and told me Marcus had dated someone before me. Someone from a similar background to theirs. She said it slowly, like she was giving me information I needed. I thanked her and went back to the table. 6 years of holiday dinners where his brother made comments that landed just soft enough to deny. 6 years of Linda asking questions designed to remind me where I came from. 6 years of being handed the smallest gift in the room while everyone watched to see how I'd react. I smiled every single time. I brought good food. I remembered everyone's birthdays. I was the easiest person in that family to dismiss and I never once gave them a reason they could say out loud. Marcus knew everything. We talked about it at night. He'd reach for my hand and say, "I see you." That was enough. It was always enough. He passed suddenly at 41, heart. No warning. A Tuesday morning. I was in the kitchen when it happened. 3 weeks later, we sat in a lawyer's office. Linda wore black and sat with her back perfectly straight. His brother brought a notepad like he was attending a business meeting. His sister flew in from out of state. They arranged themselves on one side of the table without discussing it. The lawyer read for 11 minutes. Linda received a single piece of jewelry, a brooch that had belonged to Marcus's grandmother. His brother received the car. His sister received a savings bond and a handwritten letter sealed in an envelope. Everything else came to me. The house, the investment accounts, the business he had spent 12 years building, all of it. Then the lawyer read the personal note Marcus had attached to the document. He had written it 14 months before he passed during a routine appointment he never told me about. She worked beside me from the beginning. She never asked for a single thing that wasn't already hers. She paid her half when she didn't have to. She smiled at dinners when she should have walked out. If you're surprised by this, then you never paid attention. This was always hers. I just wanted to make it official. The room was completely silent. Linda folded her hands in her lap and looked at the window. His brother clicked his pen closed. Nobody spoke for a long time. I signed what needed to be signed. I thanked the lawyer. I drove home alone on a Tuesday afternoon in November and made tea in the kitchen where Marcus and I used to eat breakfast together. I didn't feel victorious. I didn't feel vindicated. I didn't feel anything they would have expected me to feel. I just missed my husband. And the house was very quiet and the tea went cold and I sat there anyway.
Was Marcus wrong for never confronting his family directly while he was alive?